Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome back. So today we're going to do something I typically don't do. I've had a lot of guys request a soldering video, specifically soldering QS8s. Okay, so I have a couple of sets of QS8s here, male, that we need to solder up in series on this Offshore Electrics 150 Raider. Now, I used to have a soldering station, but I had a big job making a couple of big harnesses, and my solder station iron, it basically bent, like where the iron attaches to the handle. I was putting pressure on the QS8 trying to heat it up, and it bent. 100-watt Weller here. Okay, I actually got this. This is a desoldering pump. I'll show you guys how to use that if we need to use it. And a tip cleaner. We'll also be using some Kestler 96.5 silver solder. Okay. 0.8 millimeter diameter. Be using that for our QS8s, and we have a couple different tips. Probably going to go for the big boy, this 800-degree Fahrenheit tip here, screwdriver tip. Big connectors, man. You got to have the heat to carry over. We don't need that big tip. That's kind of overkill, right? Just to make this clear, this is not a tutorial, and I do not like soldering on YouTube simply because there's so many keyboard warriors out there that want to talk junk. So I usually don't solder. I've learned my lesson over the years, but I've got a lot of guys asking me, so I'm gonna give it a go here for you. All right. Okay, so basically I just cut these connectors off. It just makes it so much easier. See, if I wasn't on video right now, I would have already had these off with a damn blowtorch. Oh, damn, that's pretty hot. That's awesome. That's pretty awesome. She's hot. That's awesome. First time using this soldering iron. I've used the 80 before, and I wasn't real happy with it. I mean, it did the job, right? But I wasn't real happy. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the tip of this off. Some of this wire back. I like the whole wire to be in the cup on my bullet, you know. So we'll peel this back. Just a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I like it to fit in the cup to where, you know, I get most of the wire on there, you know. If you didn't want to cut anymore, you can just pull this sheath back a little bit, right? and then solder it in there, and then if you can push the sheath back over it. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. See that? See this right here? See that? Peeled it back, and then we can push it forward if we need to. Okay. Go ahead and put some flux on here. It's not gonna take a whole lot, right? Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Like I said, I don't use the helping hands. It would be helpful, but I just use this damn drill vise right here. Right. Get your solder ready. Get some flux on there. Okay. I usually put my iron on the bottom. Actually, I put a little bit of solder on my iron. Put it on the bottom. And then wait for that wire to heat up. Let it get up to temperature. And, damn, it's a hot iron. It's good. There you go. And it's going to actually soak that solder right up. You see that? That's good. That's all you want right there. Okay. That wire's tinned. Boom, boom, boom. Clean our tip. That's that silver solder. It's actually got a lot of rosin or whatever. I don't know. It always comes out dirty looking, right? So you have to kind of wipe it up. It's okay. It will be okay, right? So let's do this guy over here. Kind of get this thing up to temp a little bit. Put a little bit of solder on your iron. Boom, boom, boom. Let her get up to temp. Okay, just put it on top a little bit, get both sides warm. And now it should start taking this solder any second now. There we go. See it's soaking that solder up. Boom, boom, boom. Right? It's pretty. That's pretty. That's pretty. Okay, so I always use like these are male. If you get this connector hot, the male plugs will move around in there. So you just use an old QS8. This one here, I got dielectric grease in it, but it's okay. So go ahead and put the cap on, right? Make sure you got the cap on the right way, okay? So I like to use a wire that I know is soldered on my QS8 the right way. That's just like as a reference, right? Whenever I put the cap on. These are the new, I think they're V3. See how these are red? This is orange. This is a 600 amp burst rating, okay? So we're gonna start with the negative on the ESC here. So, right. I'll just put it in my vise here. Okay. Put a little flux. Boom, boom, boom. So we're doing a series connection. We'll be doubling the voltage, right? So I just use this foam boat stand just to stand up my ESC so it goes right in there. Okay. Let's see how long this takes to heat up. Like I said, this is not a tutorial. It's just how I do it. Hopefully you guys can see it. Don't want to keep that iron on there too long because you'll burn around this connector. this bullet. Okay. Oh, this is so weird with this camera here. Oh, this is so freaking weird. Okay, get that solder liquidy again. Put the iron back on it. Oh, this is so freaking awkward. Sorry, boys. Damn, it's done. Freaking. It's already cooled down. Well, it's a good iron for this. It already heated it back up. Just want to fill that cup up a little more. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, y'all. I didn't plan that out too good. I might have to get you a different angle of attack here. But we got it in there, right? That's all you need. You don't have to fill it all the way up, boys. That's all you need. If you want to do it nice and fancy, get you some alcohol and wipe off that little bit of flux. Make it look all pretty. Negative, positive, negative, positive. Okay? You'll see. Alright. Man, this is a nice iron. Man, it got real hot. Way quicker than the 80 watt. This is the 100 watt. It's not how hot the damn iron gets, it's how fast it gets hot, right? So if you got a 60 watt iron and you're trying to do these QS8s, it's going to take you too long to try to get this connector up to temp, okay? And you're going to end up screwing up, right? So you really want a soldering iron that's going to get up to temp quick. This thing right here is actually damn super hot, super fast, and it stays hot. So put your cold wire on there. Okay, you see that? I'm putting some pressure on it. That's how I broke my last iron, putting pressure on it, trying to heat it up. Don't want to keep it on there too long. I'm about to pull it off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure my wire stays on. Boom. Okay, that's a good solder joint right there. If it don't look good, you can kind of press it down a little bit, right? Yeah, that's a good iron. It's a good iron. Yeah, it's a good iron. That looks good. Now you can take this off and kind of blow it. So you don't melt this plastic, you know, because you got to push this sheath right here on. And if you got it too hot, then these guys right here don't really want to press into the connector, right? And what I usually do is I'll put this bullet connector back on, right? And I'll put it in my vise, okay? And I'll drop this. You see that? I put it in my vise. Don't you do it. I put it in my vise. I'll push down and I'll let the vise do the work. I'll get it kind of started, and then I'll do the other side. Okay, maybe tap on a little bit, get it a head start. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Don't really have to do that. I was just showing you a trick, right? Negative, positive out to negative on this side, and then positive in the ESC, right? So we're going to start with our positive wire, the flat side. Always remember red, flat side on your connector, right? So put your iron. Oh, it's a little dirty. You want it to be 10 like that. Fill up that cup. That's about the angle I like to do right here. You know, this is about the angle I do on the connector there. It don't really like to drip that angle there, right? So keep the heat on it. Oh, pulled it off too soon. Keep the heat on it, right? Keep the heat on it. Put your wire in. Put the heat back on the wire until that wire gets up. Oh. Put the heat back on that wire till the wire gets up to temp. It just did. Melted. Put us a little more solder in there. A little on both sides. Not completely necessary. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I wasn't happy with the way the wire was coming off that cup. I wanted it to come straight out, so I heated it back up real quick. Right? Boom, boom, boom. Don't forget your little cup right there. The back of your connector, right? Don't forget. Okay, so positive to negative to positive to negative. Okay, so we're gonna put this back in, flip it over. Right, we're gonna go ahead and put the back of our connector on, whatever the hell you want to call it. Okay, so try to get this soldered in like this, because that's just like a comfortable. I'm going to use that right there as my point of reference. I want that to go in on this side so it lays flat. But you can spin these if you get them cattywampus and your wires don't want to sit the right way. You can spin them, right? So okay, we got our cup in. Okay. Get it hot. See, if I were to just leave it right there, that would be a cold solder, right? So we're going to get that whole wire and cup hot. Kind of wiggle it around a little bit, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. D-U-N, done. I'm going to go ahead and plug this soldering iron. That's all I got to do for right now. Clean our tip before it cools down, right? Okay. Like I said, you can get your Q-tip, get your alcohol, clean it up if you want to. Not necessary. This is that silver solder, and it's gonna actually clean up real nice with some alcohol. Blow it out so you don't have a hard time getting these in, right? Getting the cap in there. Variable. Boom, boom, boom. You just see me do this series connection. It took me what, 20 minutes or so? Okay, let's go ahead and get this closed up on the connector. Like I said, I actually like to use the female side just so I don't damage my actual connector itself. Right. So I'm just gonna kind of put a little pressure on it. I could probably just tap it on with my hand, but boom, boom, boom. Okay, done. So the 100-watt soldering iron actually did pretty freaking good. I'm pretty happy with it. Carried the temp. Probably try the 700-degree tip for my connectors next time. This 800, it actually did good. I actually left the iron on a little longer than I should have a couple of times. Probably because I was videoing, right? If I didn't have the camera on, I could get it on and off and not have to worry about getting the shot. But yeah, either a 7 or 800 degree tip should do it. This is like a silicone, you know, it's got this wool in there. It worked pretty good for cleaning the tip on the fly. You can actually use this 96.53 silver or the 6337. Both great. I've had good success with both of these solders. Okay, the desolder pump, you really don't know you need it until you have one, right? Or if you use one, or you don't know you need it until you need it type deal, right? So basically, when you have like a pool of solder on the back of a connector that you don't want there, you basically heat it up with your iron, right? You push the pump down, you heat the solder up with the iron. Once it's liquid, it sucks it up, right? Great tool to have. Like I said, you don't know you need it till you freaking need it. So I got the connector in. I've already dielectric greased it, both of them. Okay, the prongs lined up. Like I said, definitely want to use the female. You don't need to use a second plug when you're soldering the female. Only use the 2 plugs when you're doing the males, really. Probably a good practice to use it when you're doing the females too, but mainly just back up the male plug, right? So I'll see you guys next time. I've already got it already installed, and this one's ready to go. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the community page on my channel. Post pictures, tips of your builds. See you next time.